Hi. Actually, this video is specifically for one so-called politician called George Galloway, a British parliamentarian. In my opinion, he's a totally useless person with no responsible attitude how to talk about the politicians of other countries. I think before I had some respect about this person, and I thought George Galloway, being a British parliamentarian, he must be a man of some responsibility, because as I can presume that the members of the British Parliament should necessarily be certain people with some integrity, some responsible attitude, some awareness about the countries they talk about, the politicians of such countries. And also I had the impression that these people do undertake some investigation before passing remarks, before saying anything which is irresponsible in so many ways, in making certain claims which have certain evidence to support such bloody claims. But I'm afraid Mr. Galloway has proved that he is just a street person talking nonsense, giving his statement in an irresponsible manner in front of some touts in England belonging to another political party in Pakistan, definitely belonging to a playboy turned politician called Imran Khan. And Mr. Galloway has jumped to conclusions just like that without actually investigating the whole matter and declared Altaf Hussain as a criminal. Wow! Mr. Galloway, are you insane or something? Hey, you don't even know whether Mr. Altaf Hussain is a criminal or not. Has any bloody court in the United Kingdom or any other part of the world has convicted Altaf Hussain as a criminal? No, man, nobody. So how come you have just termed Mr. Altaf Hussain as a criminal in front of those bloody touts who just encircle you on the street, and they are just trying to put words in your mouth, or you are just pretending to be a puppet of some sort of a tout talking nonsense so openly in public as a British parliamentarian against a politician of another country without actually investigating what is really going on in that country? What do you know about the dynamics of Pakistani politics? Come on, tell me. What do you know about Pakistan's politics? What do you know about Pakistan's internal politics? What is the difference between Altaf Hussain and the other politicians in this country? What language Altaf Hussain speaks and what language the other politicians speak in Pakistan? Do you have any damn idea about it? No. Because you have never thought about it, you never thought to investigate about it, because you never dared or you never had time to do this. You just came in one fine morning, somebody must have put some bloody pounds in your pocket, and you just started giving all those nonsense statements against Altaf Hussain, about whom you don't know any damn thing about him. Let me tell you something, you are just pretending to be a politician, but you are just nothing but a comedian in the British Parliament. And I remember when you were talking in that British Parliament once upon a time, there was nobody listening to you, only your Holy Ghost who was listening to you. You were standing all alone and just saying all that nonsense in the British Parliament some years ago. And you still claim to be a British parliamentarian of some integrity, although you are a zero politician. You don't even know who is Altaf Hussain. You don't even know what are the political dynamics of this country. You don't even know what's really going on in this country. You just spoke something just to please somebody because somebody put some £100 or £200 or gave you a taxi to come and go from your home. Oh my God, such a British Parliament, you have really deceived yourself. You have really put yourself in an embarrassing position by talking that nonsense. And now I can presume, now you must confess. And I think you must make a confession, go to church and sit down in that box where somebody's hiding behind that window, and then you make a confession that, oh Lord, I really made a very big mistake by talking nonsense against a politician of a country about which I don't know any damn about it. I'm not concerned of what's going on in that country. I will just say anything which I have in my mind, which I can just speak because somebody put some pounds in my pocket. Come on, man. Grow up, Mr. George Galloway. This is not the way of a responsible politician to talk like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you know how many provinces this country has called Pakistan? How many types of people are living here? How many languages are spoken here? Do you have any idea? Altaf Hussain belongs to Urdu-speaking nation. He is the only leader of Urdu-speaking nation in this country. That Imran Khan you are just giving and paying tribute is not representative of Pathans, the Pashto-speaking people. The leader of Pashto-speaking people is Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, not Imran Khan. Imran Khan is not the representative of Punjabi-speaking people. Imran Khan is not the representative of Sindhi-speaking people. Either is not responsible or representing Baloch. So that tiny man representing certain people of his own caliber, somebody of his own club, and you are just comparing him with Altaf Hussain? Wow, what a nonsense, man. How can you just commit such a big mistake and such a blunder being a British politician? That's really a big nonsense. Hey, do you have any idea? Do you know Tony Blair? I think Tony Blair was one of your prime ministers in the recent past, and he was a big liar too. He started the damn whole war in Iraq, and nobody blamed him till today, and nobody's calling him a criminal, though he really committed a great crime by putting the whole world into danger, and now you are just calling Altaf Hussain as a criminal just because you don't like him, or just because somebody put a few £100 in your pocket to talk all that nonsense? Hey, come on, grow up, man. You can't be just a street prostitute saying anything against money. You have to be a responsible person because, for the sake of understanding, definitely have to presume and I have to believe that you are a British parliamentarian. You are a British parliamentarian. Shite, I don't understand what's really going on. This man, Altaf Hussain, you're comparing him with that playboy turned politician called Imran Khan. When Altaf Hussain started his political campaign for the Urdu-speaking nation, when Altaf Hussain started for the freedom, for the rights of the Urdu-speaking people, that time your playboy turned politician Imran Khan was bowling, he was playing cricket, he was running up and down all the world. He was going for erotic massage. He was going for girls. He was going for this and that. He was only busy playing cricket, collecting dollars. He did not even like Pak rupees. He did not even like to play on Pakistani grounds. He used to play county cricket. He used to go to Kerry Packer. He was just looking for money, just to become rich. He was looking for girls. He was looking for beautiful women. And that's the time when Altaf Hussain was dying for this country. He was dying for the liberation of Pakistani people. He was dying for the liberation of the Urdu-speaking people. He was working. He was working for the rights of those Urdu-speaking people. And that time your politician turned, your playboy turned Imran Khan was not even a student of politics. That man was brought, Imran Khan was brought by Pakistan's intelligence agencies, which they do. They are the most horrific type of intelligence agencies in the world. And you know, this inter-services intelligence, this Pakistani military intelligence, these are the people who made Taliban. These are the people who are promoting, giving all the logistical support to Taliban. You're not calling them criminal. Hey, come on, if you really want to do some investigation, I tell you, come, let's sit down and I'll explain to you what type of crimes have been committed by inter-services intelligence and the other intelligence agencies in Pakistan to promote Taliban and to promote terrorism from the soil of Pakistan. Do you have any idea about that? No. And you are just calling them good people. You're just calling their tout called Imran Khan, and you're comparing Imran Khan with Altaf Hussain, who is one of the top leaders of a certain nation. There is no other leader in Pakistan representing Urdu-speaking nation, okay? You don't know what is the difference between Urdu-speaking nation and the other fools living in this country under the umbrella of Pakistan. Pakistan is country assembled by 7 or 8 nations. Have you any idea about that? No, because you never thought about it, you never read about it, you never investigated about it, you don't know anything about it. You just spoke something without doing an investigation, and you just talked rubbish. Now you have to apologize to Altaf Hussain for that, because I think so he deserves to be apologized. Because you just came out just talking nonsense, and I think that was a real blunder on your part. Let me explain to you further that Altaf Hussain is not a playboy turned politician, my friend. Altaf Hussain started his politics right from the day he was a student at Karachi University, okay? He started All Pakistan Mohajir Students Organization, APMSO, and he was the one who raised the voice for the freedom of Urdu-speaking people from the siege of these Punjabi establishment, from the siege of these establishments, the military establishment who are persecuting the Urdu-speaking boys in university and the other parts of the world, the Urdu-speaking nation. You understand what I'm saying? He was the first one to raise his voice against the discrimination against Urdu-speaking nation. Do you know what was happening at that time? Nobody acknowledged, nobody recognized the rights of Urdu-speaking nation when Altaf Hussain was the first one who raised voice against this discrimination in Pakistan. All right? And that time he started Muhajir Qawmi movement. That was a movement for the liberation from the trap of this military establishment of Pakistan belonging to a certain province in Pakistan, which have been ruling this country this way or the other, from the back doors, behind the curtains, directly or indirectly, through martial laws and through bureaucratic norms and whatever you call it. These damn Punjabis have been controlling this country all these years. And now again, do you think that these people are fools? Oh no, man, they know how to persecute Urdu-speaking nation, because these are the most intelligent people, and like the way they persecuted the Bengalis, because they were scared of Bengalis, because Bengalis were more intelligent than these Punjabis and Pathans. Your Imran Khan or people like Nawaz Sharif. And that's why your Punjabi army of Pakistan, they discriminated the Bengalis, and finally Bengalis found their liberation and they made Bangladesh, and this bloody Pakistan was disintegrated in 1971. Now go and read the books, open the books if you have any caliber to read all this damn history of this country, if you know the damn politics of this country or the dynamics of this country, before giving all these nonsense statements against Altaf Hussain, who is one of the top leaders right now representing the Urdu-speaking nation in this country, okay? Now, this Pakistan was broken up. Why it was broken up? Why it was disintegrated? Where was those military generals of this country? How they were handling this country? Do you have any idea about that? They were discriminating. They were persecuting the Bengalis. Now, after the making of Bangladesh, there was only one nation left, and these Punjabis became against this nation called Urdu-speaking nation. And they were giving them always the hard time. You understand? Regardless of what their caliber was, regardless of what their intelligence was, regardless of their educational background, this military establishment of Pakistan belonging to Punjab province, they discriminated. They persecuted Urdu-speaking nation till the time Altaf Hussain raised he was a common man coming from a middle-class family, and he started his campaign, and by the grace of God, he was damn successful, so much so that today, this bloody Pakistan recognizes him as one of the leaders of one of the top political parties in Pakistan. And you are talking that nonsense against Altaf Hussain, giving your damn judgment that he's a criminal, and you are questioning your own country government for what? What evidence have you damn provided to your country's government about Altaf Hussain? How can you prove him to be a criminal? That means if you cannot prove him a criminal, that means you are just any damn fraud person talking any nonsense. Are you drunk or something? You just drank some damn wine's bottle and just came on the street and just started all your damn utterances against Altaf Hussain, who is one of the top leaders in this country representing Urdu-speaking nation. He is the only leader of this Urdu-speaking nation. There is nobody else. That playboy turned politician, Imran Khan, is not a leader. He is just a part-timer politician. He just came for some money. Anyway, he has not got any money as yet, except that he just collected some donations for his damn hospital, and now he is just trying to be somebody in this country. Still, he is the puppet of the intelligence agencies. He is not a leader. A leader is a person who is made a leader by the people represented by him. He is not the one. It is Altaf Hussain who is representing Urdu-speaking people. And they made him leader, not the Pakistan establishment, the way they made Imran Khan as a damn part-timer leader, as you call it. And you're comparing Altaf Hussain with Imran Khan? Shame on you, Mr. George Galloway. Shame on you. This is not the way to prove somebody a convict just by declaring him as a criminal on the street. And you're encircled by those touts who don't even know what's really going on in this country. They are there in your country to make some beautiful pounds, and they put some pounds in your pocket and you start talking rubbish. and you're barking at Altaf Hussain like that? Shame on you, Mr. George Galloway. This is not the way to talk. Now, coming back to the point, let me tell you something more. Do you know who made this Taliban? The whole world is criticizing and ridiculing this Taliban. You know who made it? It was not Altaf Hussain. It was the brothers of your Imran Khan you're comparing with Emperor Altaf Hussain. This Taliban was made by inter-services intelligence. This damn journals of Pakistan, military establishment, they made Taliban against the Russians. They gave them all the weapons. They gave them all the ammunition. They gave them all those damn dollars to fight the Russians. And finally, when the Russians got out of Afghanistan, now these Taliban are still there on the head, and they have become Frankenstein, and they have started what they call it, a terrorism or whatever. It's your Imran Khan who is cousin of all these Taliban leaders. Imran Khan's sisters have been married to army generals. His family is full of generals and army people. How come Imran Khan has become a leader? Leaders don't exist within the army's, army's camp, my friend. Leaders are made in the public. Leaders are made among the people. It's only dictators or puppets or touts or pimps who are born within the army camps. These are only the pimps, these are only the touts who are born in the army camps, not the real leaders. Altaf Hussain is a real leader who was born among the people. He was selected, he was elected, and he was made the leader of Urdu-speaking nation by the Urdu-speaking nation, not by any damn army leader, army general, or any damn military establishment, the way they turned that playboy into a politician. It was not Altaf Hussain who was turned into a politician. It was Imran Khan who was turned into a politician. He was playing cricket. He was a playboy. When he finished all that enjoyment of his life, and they just put some money on him, and now he's just running like a racecourse horse. And still they're putting money on this racecourse horse and still expecting him to bring a change. What damn change that Imran Khan bring in this country? What do you think he's going to cause some problem for Altaf Hussain? Not a way, my friend. Don't have any misunderstanding. Altaf Hussain will remain as a leader as he was before at the time when he started this campaign, and he will die as a leader, and we'll remember him as a leader, not Imran Khan. There are hundreds of Imran Khan in this world who are enjoying their lives, but we cannot find one Altaf Hussain at all. So mind you, Mr. George Galloway, don't try to compare Imran Khan, don't try to compare Altaf Hussain with that playboy turned politician, okay? And please go and open the books about history. Go and start reading about the political dynamics of this country called Pakistan. This Pakistan does not deserve to be in existence anymore. This country has been assembled by so many nations. Balochistan is looking for freedom again because these Punjabi establishment or military establishment, they are also discriminating the Balochis the way they did with Bengalis. They have been persecuting Urdu-speaking nations the way they did with Bengalis. But don't worry, sooner or later, Urdu-speaking nation will definitely get their own country under the leadership of Altaf Hussain. Sooner or later, Balochis will get their own nation under the leadership of the Baloch leaders who are still living in your country as a full political refugees, okay? So don't mess up with Altaf Hussain. You don't know him. You have no idea. You have a very small mouth and you're talking so big. Don't do that, my friend. Don't do that. It's better that you should apologize in public to Altaf Hussain because of your damn false utterances against him. You call him a criminal. Oh my God. Shame on you, Mr. George Galloway. Shame on you. You're a British parliamentarian, my friend. Grow up. Don't talk all this rubbish, because if you talk like this, then you should also recall what your Tony Blair had said to the whole world. Damn false statement about the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Bah, 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 bah. And at the end of the day, nothing happened. He put the whole world in danger. And he was not convicted as a criminal, and you are just saying something against Altaf Hussain, who is the representative, the only leader of the Urdu-speaking nation. Shame on you, Mr. George Galloway. I think so this is sufficient for you to go back home, do some homework, buy some books about Pakistan's politics, read those books instead of listening to music or drinking wine or sleeping with women, okay? Don't try to say nonsense statements against Altaf Hussain. And I'm telling you, this is not the right way to do that. You are a British parliamentarian. At least you should behave properly. At least you should have some integrity. You should not act like a pimp that somebody puts a few £100 in your pocket and you start barking on other politicians the way you should have done it to your own politicians. Why Scotland went into referendum? Why they wanted a referendum to have freedom from the United Kingdom? Why? Why? Did you find any criminal there? Asking for a plebiscite or asking for a decision from the people whether they should remain with the United Kingdom, is it a crime? No. So same thing is done by Altaf Hussain. He is a representative of the speaking nation. He has a right to talk to them either on telephone or either he should come to Pakistan. This is his discretion. You don't have to open your damn mouth about Altaf Hussain the way you have done. I think so. You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay? Don't talk again like that. Altaf Hussain is the leader of Urdu-speaking nation. 25 million people living under the leadership of Altaf Hussain, not under the leadership of military establishment. And your playboy turned politician Imran Khan, with whom you compared Altaf Hussain, he is a tout, he is a pimp, and he is a puppet of Pakistan's military establishment. He is not a leader. He was brought especially for this purpose. And what he can do? Nothing. If he doesn't receive a SMS from a military general, he doesn't know what to say the next morning. You understand? That's not the case with Altaf Hussain. Altaf Hussain makes a decision on his own. So that's the difference. I don't want to talk more about it, okay? I think so you must have understood what I've just tried to convey to you. Don't mess up with Altaf Hussain. He's a leader. He's a leader of a specific nation, not Imran Khan. Thank you, Mr. George Galloway. I hope so this is sufficient for you, for your eyes to open. Okay? Bye-bye.